Hello and welcome into the incredibly happy late night super special edition for the Night Owls. This is for the Night Owls, and of course, if you're watching it in the morning, then you are already elated because you probably know what has happened. The New York Knicks have come to Sacramento and they spanked them. Wow. I mean, they won by 7 points, but they held this team that is averaging 118 points per game, held them to 91 points. The defense was outstanding. This was a gritty game, a hard-fought game. It was beautiful. I felt like I was teleported back into the 90s watching the Riley Van Gundy teams. This was exactly my milieu. I loved it. It was terrifying as well because it did look like at some point, you know what? Are they going to give this game up? There were 20 lead changes and 13 ties. That's the type of game it was. Beautiful game. We're going to get into it all. We got highlights, we got breakdowns, everything. But first thing has to be mentioned, and that is that man wearing number 11, Mr. Jalen Brunson, Mr. Future All-NBA. He will definitely be an All-NBA player by when they announce it this season. Let's get into it. 98-91. Interesting thing about this is, if it weren't, Jalen Brunson was the entire offense tonight. But we got some key contributions at key moments and got key stops. This game was, it was a nail biter, honestly. And the crowd was into it there in Sacramento. You could hear it. I almost got to go to this game. And but didn't really put it together in time. Also, I wasn't sure if OG was going to be back. And I don't know if we wanted to travel, 6 hours up there and everything. But I really regret it now. Because this man, the first Knicks guard to ever have two 40-point games back-to-back in a season. That's right. The other three Knicks that have done it are Bernard King, my guy, Patrick Ewing, my guy, Carmelo, my guy. So this is, but they're all forwards and centers. This is the first guard to ever do it. And look at this. He shot 60% from the field, which is much needed because the rest of the team shot 33%. Yeah, he shot 50% from the three-point line. The rest of the team shot 20.6%. That's how anemic the rest of the offense was. Here you go. This is to verify what I just said before. This is from Knicks stats. Jalen Brunson is the first Knick to score 40-plus points in consecutive games since Carmelo Anthony in 2014. He's the first Knicks guard to do so in franchise history. This guy he's making history. This guy will have his number hanging from the rafters before this is all said and done. Guarantee you that. And he deserves it. This was a beautiful Isaiah Hartenstein. Tremendous game. The way he neutralized Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis did not score in the fourth quarter. How do you like that? Huh? Beautiful. I tweeted this out. Were we just teleported to the 90s? That was as gritty and hard fought as any game in the Riley Van Gundy era we've seen in a very long time. Great win, and it was a great win. Let's keep going. I have highlights for you, but let me roll through these first. Kevin O'Connor comes through with this. The Knicks defense is legit. Just held the Kings to only 91 points with Sacramento at home on multiple days of rest. New York is now allowing an average of 90 points per game in March. Best in the NBA. A vintage-style defense is adapting well to this new physical league. Okay, so there's been talk that there's been a shift in the attitude of refereeing. They're allowing to be a little more physical. It's definitely inconsistent, and I'm not quite sure this new crop of refs know how to call these games, but they're trying, and that's led to the scoring has dropped across the league in general for about, about a month or so, maybe since the All-Star break. So it's interesting to see how this is going to develop because who would benefit most from that? Our coach, Mr. Tom Thibodeau. Who? He cut his teeth on that 90s style. That is the style that he loves to relish in. And he's adapted. I got to say, this might be one of Thibodeau's best coached games in quite a while. His rotations were on point. Sometimes he allowed guys to stay in longer to give other guys a breather. I like the way he managed the minutes. Even if the minutes, did pile up at some point for certain players, I did like the way he was able to give. He didn't leave someone out there for a whole 12 minutes stretch. So, for example, I don't know if I got the whole thing here for the. Oh yeah, here we go. Well, Josh Hart did play the entire first quarter, and Dante played 11 minutes in that first quarter. But then after that, nope. Third quarter, nope. Well, third quarter, Josh Hart did play third, but Josh Hart is a workhorse. That third quarter was a rough one. The Knicks, we dropped that third quarter, and it looked like we were going to give the game away. But then that fourth quarter happened, and we got some breathing room. Beautiful. And we got some timely buckets from two guys that we've been waiting for to show up. Let's look at this. This is the standings right here. But, we're going to get back to this. Finally, the Motown boys, Bojan and Burks, came through. The stat line ain't pretty, but they contributed when the Knicks needed it most. This is what they were brought to New York to do. Score when no one else can. And when I tell you no one else can, I'm going to tell you no one else could. This team, OG, 1 for 8. He scored 2 points, but his defense, outstanding, like usual. Hartenstein, he scored 7 points, 3 of 3, but Dante DiVincenzo, 3 of 12 from the 3-point line. Josh Hart, he gave us 9 points tonight, 2 of 7 overall. Bojan was 4 of 11, and Burks was 4 of 10. So nothing sexy, nothing exciting, but when they got the points, that was crucial. Burks came through in that second quarter. He was 2 of 3 from the 3-point line, contributed 6 points in those 8 minutes in that second quarter. Very much needed. And that's when the Knicks were able to create a little distance. They outscored them 32-26 in that second quarter. And then in the fourth quarter is when Bojan stepped up. He hit 3 of 6, contributed 7 points. And let's see. Also, no, I guess it was the second. Second quarter was. He finished with 9 points overall, but they came at moments when the Knicks needed, and it allowed Thibs to rest his guys in that fourth quarter a little more than he normally would. Like Hart only played 8 minutes that quarter. OG played 7.5 minutes. Isaiah played 8.5 minutes. No one was in double digits in terms of minutes played in that fourth quarter. He distributed the minutes very well. He got all 9 players on the court in that fourth quarter. Beautifully done, Mr. Tom Thibodeau. Just a little update here that Steve Popper tweeted out. This is the latest on if Julius Randle is getting closer to returning. And then Popper, he tweeted, he is not. He asked Thibodeau before the game if he'd advanced to any real contact, and he said no. So there's that update there. Let's go back to the standings. So here, the Knicks now, thankfully to the Houston Rockets, destroying the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't know what happened in that game. They got blown out. What was the score of that game? Oh, I guess they did kind of close it back up. It was 117-103. It was a much bigger deficit margin for a while. Knicks won their 40th game of the year on their 67th game. They are now just shy of a 600 winning percentage, but more importantly, they are now only 3 games from second place and only 2 games from third place. The Knicks have not slid down the standings. You would have thought during a period that they have incurred recently so many injuries and guys coming back and not quite being that sharp and making these trades for guys like Bojan and Burks who haven't really done much. And I mean, Brunson's been amazing, but he missed a game here and there. He's getting beat up constantly, and the minutes are affecting the shooting of the other guys, especially Dante DiVincenzo. They've caught up to the Knicks, so that's why they need a breather. That's why Bojan and Burks are so important, because if Thibs can leave them out on the court longer, that means Dante doesn't have to spend that much time on the court. He can get more of a breather, so he can come in a little more fresh. I know we're a little past it all now, so now it's going to be hard to kind of make that up, to find moments for Dante to rest and for Josh Hart to rest. Because even though he's out there, his motor's still high, he's still grabbing every loose ball that's possible, he's still getting double-digit rebounds. He had 13 rebounds tonight. His actual shooting percentage, his efficiency. What happens is when people get tired, they get overworked, efficiency is what struggles. You can still put the effort out there, but you're not as sharp as you should be offensively. But right now, this is a beautiful sight, especially since, look, Orlando's right there. Look at them, 5th place, 1 game behind us. Indiana, right there, 2.5 games behind us. And then Philly, we did actually create a little more space between the 6 through 8 teams. Yeah. And us, except Orlando's right on our butt. But we either want to go up to number 3 or go down to number 6. But going down to number 6 is tricky. So we'll address that later on. Let's get to the highlights. Here we go. Can you guys tell I'm a little happy and excited? Man, that's how the game started for the Knicks. And an OG bucket, which would be the only bucket he made. That's it. He scored 2 points in the first quarter, and that was it. He finished with 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and he did pick up 3 blocks and 1 steal. 3 blocks were much needed. The Knicks had 9 blocks tonight, and the Kings had 5 blocks. So the Knicks really dominated that part of the game. Beautifully done. Here we go. I think that was also one of Hart's. Hart only connected on 2 buckets. That was it. Let's see. In the first quarter, I think didn't Hart score? Yeah, he scored 4 points in the first quarter. He went to the free throw line there. First quarter was a bit ugly. It was low scoring. It set the tone for how scrappy this game would be. It was going to become a nail biter. By the end of the first quarter, it was 22-21. The Kings were leading, but the Knicks did not let, even though Domantas Sabonis, took over in that per se, in that first quarter. He scored 13 points. He was their whole offense in that first quarter. He was 6 of 8, and he played the entire first quarter, but then the Knicks proceeded to clamp down upon him. He did contribute 5 points there, so he had 18 points at the half. But in the second half, 3 points for Domantas Sabonis. That is beautiful. That is 90s style defense where they realize, you know what, we got to shut this guy down. And Isaiah Hartenstein was instrumental in doing that. He harassed them all night long. I mean, there were times where I thought, honestly, refs could have called a foul on Isaiah. And they didn't. A couple times they just kept letting them play. And they were letting him play on the other side too. Oh, nice play right there with Bojan. That was the last bucket scored in that first quarter. And then here comes Bojan coming down the lane. He got blocked. Woo! I mean, it was pretty obvious he wasn't going to be able to get that. I don't know why he even attempted that. It's one of those, I guess, I don't know. He was hoping that Len, was blind. Oh, this guy, Keon Ellis, interesting story. Undrafted. I think he was from Alabama. And here he is playing in an NBA game, trying to guard probably the most difficult guard to guard in the NBA at the moment, which is Jalen Brunson. And I got to say, he did a good job, and yet Brunson was still able to shoot 60.7% overall, 42 points. So even when someone is doing a good job on him, he embarrasses them. Here we go. This is the second quarter, midway through. See, it was tight. Look at this. That's why we had 20 lead changes. Oh, that little spin right there was beautiful. There we go. And but Keon was right on him right there. This one here. Nice move. I like Domantas Sabonis as a player. He's got the most triple doubles in the NBA right now. He's got some streak going for double doubles. I think it's up to 49 games. I don't know if this was the 50th game or 49th game. Look at that. He was really flowing. I mean, he had 18 points in that first half, but reduced. He was reduced down to just like a role player type guy in that second half because of the way the Knicks approached their defense. They were from the weak side. They were coming at him. They were stripping the ball out of his hands. They were getting so physical with him. He didn't know how to respond sometimes, because if he responded in turn with too much physicality, he could get called with a foul. He was having a tough time in that second quarter. And then let's talk about what the Knicks did to De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox, who is in the top 10 in scoring in the NBA. He's averaging 27 points a game. He only could score 20 points against the Knicks on 19 shot attempts. He only connected on 5 buckets. He shot 26% tonight. 26.3%. And even from behind the arc, he was 2 of 7. He got to the free throw line a lot. He got there 10 times, hit on 8 of them. And that's really how he got up to 20 points tonight. Sabonis was 21 for the Kings. De'Aaron was 20 for the Kings. Malik Monk came in, who's making a claim for Sixth Man of the Year. 18 points for him, but he also struggled. I mean, yeah, he hit 3 of 9 from the three-point line, but that's not that great for him. 6 of 14 overall. That's 42.9%. Did get 4 assists, but he turned the ball over a couple times. It looked like for a moment that he was gonna take off, but no. Guys like Deuce would come in, and guys like even Burks did a nice job on him as well. Alec Burks, let's sing his praises for a little bit here. Here's the beginning of the fourth quarter. Look at this score. This could be a halftime score 2 months ago in the NBA. Now it's the beginning of a fourth quarter score. Here we go. And that was a monster three-pointer right there. The Knicks were down by 4 points at that moment. He hits that, and then boom, followed up. Actually, I think Burks and Bojan scored all of the first 8 points of the Knicks in that fourth quarter. And there we go. And that's that was Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes was a bit pesky tonight for the Knicks. He contributed 16 points. But I'll tell you, the New York Knicks, the rebounding, 52-42. They were plus 10 there. Steals. They got 8 steals. They got 9 blocks. They did commit 14 turnovers, but the Kings committed 12. That was pretty even there. The Knicks only got to the free throw line 16 times. Ooh, that was Bojan. He got knocked down. Yeah, this was a tough play here. Knicks are falling all over the place. So here you thought, is Sack coming back? Oh, this was awesome. Look at the way Isaiah just bullies his way down. He just basically he put DeMontis on his back, just piggybacked him, just drove him all the way to the hoop. That was a gorgeous play right there. I mean, Knicks only scored 4 more points in the last 3 minutes of this, and they only scored. That's it. That's the last bucket the Kings will score. They did not score in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and that was a gorgeous shot right there. Oh man, block right there. Actually, I think we missed the highlight of when Isaiah Hartenstein and OG double teamed DeMontis down low, and they were able to block it. They blocked his shot, and then they popped it out, and they forced a turnover. Fantastic. Woo! This is the kind of win that teams can. This is the kind of win that the Knicks can put in their back pocket, like it's their little cheat sheet. They can pull this out. They know, hey, you know what? At any time when we need to really clamp down on defense, we can do it. Because if they can do it to this team, this is a high-flying scoring team. They are averaging, I believe they're like sixth, the sixth highest scoring team, maybe fifth highest scoring team in the NBA right now. If they can do that to a team like this, they know they can do it to practically anybody, including the Boston Celtics. That's right. That is right. All right, let's keep going with the stats, even though I rattled off a lot of them here, but it's always good for you guys to see it for yourself. You can see, look, the Knicks as a team only shot 28.2% from the three-point line. Only shot 42.5% overall. So this was ugly for them as well. And the Kings played good defense. The Kings, surprisingly, they allow 117 points per game. So to hold the Knicks down to 98, that was a feat. I think it also is combining with the fact that the refs are calling the game a little looser. They're letting teams play a little more physical. So it's like those combinations. Here we go, the plus minus. You can see this. So interesting. So Burks led the team in plus minus tonight. First time as a Knick, he's led the team this season, since he's become a Knick again. First time he's led the team in plus minus. And get this. In the, I believe it's like 15 games that he has played as a Knick, this is only the third time he's ever been a plus in the plus minus. And one of those times was a +1 against the Sixers. So he's been struggling. This is a wonderful thing that's finally happened, that he's finally contributing. This is all we need. This is all we need from him. This is gonna make life so much easier for everybody else on the team and for Thibodeau. Because remember, we traded away IQ. IQ would have been amazing in this game to help Brunson tonight. You know, he would have been amazing. He could have been the lead guard at times and have Jalen off guard. You know, give him a breather, and then just when he's wide open, boom, give it to him. He hits those beautiful threes that he's been hitting. But we don't have that right now, so that's why guys. And Burks has a different style. He's more ISO, more one-on-one, trying to split the defense. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. He makes ugly shots. He's a tough shot maker. But tonight, he contributed 12 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, and finished a +13. I would say definitely his best game as a Knick this second go-round. And Bojan, even though when you look at his actual percentages, it's not that great. Bojan shot 36.4%. He only hit 1 of 5 from the three-point line. But his 9 points were instrumental, especially the fourth quarter one, especially that three-point shot. The one three-point shot he hit, that was huge. Huge. I was like screaming, come on, Bojan, we need it. And finally came through. He finished a +7. So the top two in plus minus tonight were the Motown boys. How do you like that? Yeah, let's go. The Kings, you can see Sabonis, 21 points for him, 16 for Barnes. Keegan Murray, he definitely seems to have, I don't know if he's regressed, I'm not going to say that, but did not have a good night tonight. 11 points, 1 of 7 from the three-point line. Fox. Herter, I don't know why everyone's so excited about Herter. He only played 16 games, 0 points for him, 0 for 2. I know he's led the league in three-point percentages in the past and stuff, but I would take Dante DiVincenzo over him any day. Even a Dante struggling, I'd take him over him any day. I mean, Dante, he'll give you a couple steals, you know? He'll give you some deflections. Meanwhile, Herter, he did get a steal, but I definitely would take Dante over him any day whatsoever. Malik Monk, the third highest scorer for them, 18 points off the bench, but they only shot 27% from the three-point line as a team themselves. And they shot 35.3% overall. Oh, wow. The Knicks shot 42. Wow. That is crazy. But they did go to the free throw line a lot. As I mentioned before, they went to the free throw line 26 times and connected on 21 of them. So they shot 80.8%. Yeah, you can see it right here. And that really is what kept them in this game. Kept them around. What's something else of note? The offensive rebounds were even, 11 each, but we got 10 more defensive rebounds, which definitely impacts our ability to hold teams down, not let them have extra possessions. Steals, yeah, we won that. Blocks, here we get credit with 10. Nice. Over here is 9. Points in the paint. That's it. 44 for us. 36 for them. Beautiful. We were +8 right there. Fast break points. This team is a high-flying fast break team. We held them to just 9 tonight. But that looks a little off, to be honest with you, because I saw something else over here on NBA.com. In fast break points, they're credited for 12 here. Here it's 9, but whatever. They did lead at one point by 5. And the largest lead the Knicks ever had was 9. That's how tight this game was. 20 lead changes. 13 times tied. This was a gritty, beautiful 90s style game. And the New York Knicks, the boys in orange and blue, were the ones that came out on top. And they are now 40-27. This is a beautiful, beautiful moment for the Knicks. Let's keep this going. Let's keep it going. We will need OG to just have more confidence down at elbow. He was shorting a lot of his shots. That's one of the reasons he was 1 for 8. Was he 1 for 8? Let me see. Is that what it was? Yeah, 1 for 8. A lot of front rimming. On his shots, and he's just not confident in his elbow at this point after experiencing the soreness that he had after the Thursday night game, and he was listed as questionable yesterday, and even today we didn't know until about 8:30 p.m. It was 5:30 p.m. here, whether he would even play. So we're lucky that he played. He looked fine. He didn't look like he was in pain or grimacing or anything at all. He just looked tentative in terms of extending the elbow for that corner three, which he's normally, money from there. I told you guys before that he at one time, I don't know if it's still the case, but I would say about a month ago or so, the leading scorer from the right corner three was OG Anunoby. And ironically, the leading scorer from the left corner three was the guy he was traded for, our former number 3 draft pick, RJ Barrett, who, again, my condolences go out to him and his family for the tragedy they're experiencing, losing his brother. It's terrible. My thoughts are with you. All right. Let's get to this here. New York Knicks play on Monday against the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors have been playing well. They have been playing well of late. Let's look at their record here. Do a little preview here. The Warriors, they're now in 9th. I believe they must have beaten the Lakers. They are 35-31. They've won, they're 6-4 in their last 10 games, which is what we are. All right. I mean, it definitely, if OG could hit a couple of more shots, I would feel very, very good about our chances to, win our third game on this road trip. I think it's doable. I think it's doable. I think the Knicks could pull off another win here. Yeah, that'd be beautiful. And then we go into Denver. Okay. Getting too far ahead of myself, but that's the beauty of this. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. Please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Share this video, please. Drop your comments. Love the comments. I try to read them all. They help me tremendously. If I overlooked anything, please let me know. Excuse me. And this is it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you on Monday around the Knicks-Verse.